What's going on, guys? Still here. This is my fourth time trying to do this in a quick manner, so I'm going to try and get this video done in less than 5 minutes. So, without further ado, people have been asking me for a video or me just in some way to talk about the new way Gaijin does their events. I only remembered that I should make this video when I hopped on originally to work on another video, which I honestly don't know now if I really want to work on that, because it's probably going to fall on deaf ears again. It has to do with game modes and some interesting stuff. But anyways, let's get into the video. So, the new events Gaijin's doing. Basically, every month or so for like 18 days, you have to grind out marks of distinction with mission score for a fancy vehicle like the Object 292. People were getting up in arms about the coupon to sell the vehicle being 750,000 mission score. In order to actually attain the Object 292, if you get every single one of these distinctions done, it requires 360,000 mission score total to get the Object 292. The coupon is literally double that, or over double that amount by a slight margin. Gaijin, personally, if you want the coupon to be slightly more attainable, which you probably don't, 500 to 550,000 mission score is definitely more manageable, considering that your total mission score for the vehicle itself is 360,000. 400,000, but you know, it's a couple other thousand extra mission score. It's fine. The Object 292, personally, don't worry about the FOMO, the fear of missing out. Personally, you're not missing much. It has a gun that's 152 with a funny AP round and probably a funny HE round because it is Russian. At battle rating 10.0, it has a laser rangefinder. It does not have thermals. It has no ERA protection. This is structural steel. It's on a basic T80B chassis. You're not missing much. It's very cool. It has a very funny gun sound. Personally, I might get it just for the gun sound and also the challenge of just at 10.0. Like Russia needs more 10.0 vehicles, which, by the way, that's another video I wanted to talk about, because there's two specific vehicles at 10.0 for Russia that really shouldn't be there, and they're honestly more so like an 11.0 and 11.7 vehicle worth, respectively. But that's a topic for another day. Anyways, for those of you complaining about the coupon upgrade, were you really actually going to realistically play War Thunder enough to even get 750,000 mission score? Probably not. You're probably just bitching just to bitch, personally. Also, for those of you that are new to War Thunder, this is literally the best it's ever going to get. Even those for you that started in like the new power era or like 2019, 2020, whatever, and you've had to deal with the recent events, pure mission score based events are the best it'll ever be. Crafting events, in my opinion, are the worst. Crafting events were mission score events disguised as an RNG clicker simulator, because you just needed mission score to get an RG amount of resources to click all over a needless, essentially web browser of bullshit to get digital pixels. Crafting events were stupid. Again, for those of you that are on the newer side to War Thunder, you don't remember the IS-7 event or the 279 event, specifically the IS-7 event, because the IS-7 was the first crafting event. It was also probably the hardest. One of my friends, Tempest, you fucking Giga Chad, actually sold his soul that year, or whatever how long it was for the crafting event. He sold his soul and managed to manually get the IS-7. He did not put an ounce of money into it. So congratulations to you. You sold your soul that year. I feel so bad for you, but you are a Giga Chad. The IS-7 event was the worst event in crafting history in War Thunder. It was the first. It was the worst. So if you think this is bullshit, you have no idea how the IS-7 event was. The 279 was also pretty bullshit because, in my opinion, they had to artificially make it harder considering it was the Object 279. The Object 279 is unbelievably overpowered and broken. Even after being up at 9.0, now it just has a couple more things to worry about. But for the most part, the 279, especially in a 4-man squad, is fucking broken. So, with all of that out of the way, coupon, 99.9% of you probably weren't going to get this anyways. For those of you that want the vehicle, 45,000 mission score might seem a bit much. For somebody like me or my friend Zen, who has nukes every single game in the T29, he's very good with it. For those of you that are longtime players or you're on the more experienced side, you're above average, this shouldn't be a problem for you. Personally, it's just an anecdote, but my friend Zen says that with the T29, he can pretty much bang out these tasks, mark of distinction, whatever you want to call them, in about 2 to 3 hours of just nonstop, just back to back to back, just beating the shit out of everybody in the T29. He is one person. It is an anecdote. But look at my lineup. His lineup is very similar to mine, if not actually less vehicles. He just plays the T29 and maybe like the T34. We, whether single or in a squad, can completely wipe an enemy team, and we can farm plenty of mission score because we're above average. We have very good lineups. We've played this game for a long time. This should be very easily attainable for people like me and Zen. For those of you that have lineups like this, or you've played multiple nations, I mean, just look at my 8-7 Russia lineup. This is very, very easy to attain. If you have a stacked lineup like this, like I said, the mission score, fairly easy to obtain. For those of you that are on the lower tier side, something like Germany, if you're pretty new to the game or you just don't play a lot, personally, I don't mean this to say get good, but you do only play the game very rarely. You're not going to be very good at the game. That's just how these things work. It took me years to get good at the game as well. Not saying I'm a fucking god. The Panther D, for example, the Panther D at 5.3 is absolutely broken. Even if you get an up tier, it can hold its own in a 6.3 game. Yes, it has shitty turret traverse. It still has pretty fair armor for a Panther. The Panther G probably has the best turret mainland, personally, because it has the extra little lip. The Panther A at 6.0, very solid. The Panther F, kind of worse than the Panther, less trolly turret, easier to pen, faster reload. If you only have the Panther D in the VK 3002 and any other of these rank 3s, like you with a Panther D alone, if you just play the vehicle and you get good at the Panther D, this thing is broken. The things that can pen you, like the M36 and all those things, you know, the tank destroyers with very, very weak turret traverse, just like you. Very, very weak armor, especially compared to you. These guys, you can very, very fairly easily kill them. The ones that struggle against you, you're going to kill them even easier, like the Jumbo Sherman. If you know where to shoot the Jumbo Sherman and the Panther, you can kill this thing through the front. It's not that hard. So like I said, for people like you that own just maybe the Panther, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough, but it's a solid vehicle. You can't play things like the Panzer IVs, unfortunately, because they're rank 2, although they would be pretty solid. Russia. If you don't have it already, the KV-1E at 4.0, if you can still buy this, I'm not sure if it's still available for just a normal purchase, is very, very, very strong at 4.0. It has extra add-on armor. As long as you know how to use the gun and where to pen the things that you fight, even in a 5.0 game, it's not that terrible. It's a very strong vehicle, and it is rank 3. Let's see, for example, Britain, rank 3. This thing is 3.3. Not the greatest, but you could probably make it work. Personally, Churchill's probably a better option. Especially this Churchill. This thing's pretty strong at 4.3. But yeah, for those of you that are on the newer side of War Thunder, personally, you're probably, like, you know, it is what it is. You just got to make do with what you can do. So that's my advice to you, is to take whatever lineup you have, as long as it's rank 3, get very good at one vehicle. If you have something like the Panther D, you can very, very easily make this thing work. If you're a piece of shit and you own the KV-1B, you don't need this video because you already know how much of a scumbag you are. Personally, you're a scumbag. Anyways, maybe grab a plane or two if it coincides with the BR. But do not play ARB. Oh, wait, that's right. Sorry. Hold on. Scrap it all. You have to play ground. I forgot. You have to play ground. Never mind. I'll cut out that entire section of ranting I just did. Just play ground. You can't even play air. So, yeah. If you play the game more than 4 hours a day, this should be very easily attainable for you. Again, for most of you, you were never going to get this coupon upgrade in the first place. You don't play enough, and you're probably not good enough. I'm not trying to sound like an elitist here because I'm probably on the same margin. You're probably not good enough or dedicated enough to get this coupon. So don't worry about the coupon. Last part. If you have a job and you don't always have the financial situation, I'm right there with you. I understand. You're not missing anything with this vehicle. You're just not missing anything with this vehicle. Save up a little bit of money. These event vehicles are going to be 8 marks of distinction. That's per mark of distinction, 1,000 golden eagles. $50 is 10,000 golden eagles. You have a little bit of extra GE on the side. So if you really want a vehicle, truly, and it decides to be an event vehicle and you've been waiting for it forever, then spend $50. But Otherwise, there's not much else to this video. So, I don't know. I'm trying to get this done fast and efficiently. Probably still going to be like 17 minutes, even though it doesn't feel like it. Anyways, if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment, especially if you think I'm a piece of shit. Unfortunately, it's a hard pill to swallow. But that's how the War Thunder events work now. Like I said, if you never played the I7 event, or you have no idea what the I7 event was, this is the easiest it will ever be. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm Steel, and I'll see you next time. Maybe, probably, hopefully. Peace.